Greetings, I'm Pillar Nexus Ancient Gladiator with more Pillar Loves Games. Today we're featuring Heart of Crown, a fun little deck builder. There has been a crisis of succession, and now it is up to you to back a princess. And to do so, you're going to need succession cards, which are not cheap. So you're going to need to invest in territories. But it also helps to have actions as well. So there's a whole lot of planning and thinking things out as you try to win the game. At the start, every player will have a deck of 7 farming villages and 3 apprentice maids. You will shuffle, you will draw 5, and then when it is your turn, you will play as follows. You will, so we'll say there's my hand. So you can play 1 card on a main phase, as long as that card has a link arrow. You can play 1 more card. If a card has 2 link arrows, you can play an additional card. There are some cards without link arrows that are just dead ends. You get their effect and that's it. So, farming village, farming village, farming village, farming village. So, there are 3 things you can do after you've played your cards. One is buy action cards and other stuff from the market. So, city development is only cost 4, so that will go to the discards along with all the cards I use this turn and whatever cards are left in my hand. And then I'll draw 5 new cards. It'll be the next player's turn. The other things you do are back a princess. They are expensive. They require having the bigger cities to work with. And for other reasons, you want to have those larger territories as well. So when you back a princess, the 3 most valuable territories you used, let's say I had a city, an alert city, and a farming village for backing a princess. So those 3 go into my domain permanently. I'm getting -2 succession for using a farming village. And now, from this point forward, I have another action that I can do during the after playing cards instead of doing anything else. And that's play any succession cards that are in my hand to my domain. So let's say I have 3 royal maids in my hand. I'm going to add them to my domain. What you're trying to get is 20 succession points or more to declare coronation. And once you do that, every other player has one last chance to get to at least 20 points. If multiple players are at 20 points when it gets back to you, and you're still at 20, then play until someone hits 30 points, at which point they'll win instantly. The game can also be forced to end if all the dukes are removed from the market. They're expensive. It's going to be really hard to do it. So something special you do with your domains is during your main phase, as you're playing cards, you have the option to store cards on your territories based on the value of the territory compared to the value of the card you want to keep. Let's say I have Alchemist, and I want to hold on to her for a future turn. I could store her on a large city. I could do it on the city or the farming village. Yeah, farming villages suck for keeping your domain because most things in this game cost like 2 to 6. And you can only store action cards, I believe. I can double check that later. So yeah, play cards, do stuff, refill your hand. If there's ever an open spot in the market, it gets refilled. If I were to draw a card that was already out here, go to the pile and have to keep on drawing. And then just try to get to 20 succession points. Setup for the game itself. So first there'll be preset options. There's the preset option for everyone's first time playing, which is going to be these 10. City Development, Alchemist, Wishing Well, Scout, Supply Unit, Government Contractor, Trading Ship, Post Horse, Adventurer, and Library. Then there will be more preset options to better learn the game and have some more advanced modes. The expansions have their own preset options as well. And then once you've got players who really got the hang of it, you just go full random with the randomizer cards. There's a lot between the base game and the expansion. So there's a ton of possibilities with this game, which is one of the things I like. Another part of setup is adding in the rare cards, but only if there's more than 2 players. In a 2-player game, it swings things one way or the other too easily. So, why do I love this game? The artwork. The art is freaking awesome, for one thing. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a solid game. If you're familiar with Dominion, it's kind of like that, but I like the limiting factor of the link system as well. But yeah, art is just awesome. Hey, if you like anime girls, there you go. It seems appropriate. It's from the same group that has brought us over Starlight Stage. Although I think they did this one first. Again, another thing with the art is, for one thing, okay, the art, both postal cards, it's going to be the same. They did one thing special for one card type, Cursed Doll from the one expansion. Instead, every one is completely unique, which I think is really, really cool that they thought about that and made that special. And then just specific art in general, straight from the court. Simply because it reminds me of Revolutionary Girl Utena, and that anime is freaking awesome. But yeah, this is just a fun game. I don't think I have a whole lot of deck builders. Horizon Zero Dawn, maybe. StarCraft, sort of. As far as like dedicated deck builders, I'm trying to look at my games down here. Hyperbore's Bag Builder. Stock Arms is its own weird thing. Yeah, I think this is the only like real deck builder I have, and I love it so much. I want more people to play with. I want to do things beyond just the first preset option, because you know we play the game and it's too long of a time before we play it again, and end up with new players. It's like, oh, we're learning this for the first time. Let's just do the basic thing. I want to play this more. I want to do all the advanced, crazy stuff, especially with the expansions. Oh yeah, there's the other thing I love about the game is it is a excellent card holder. This thing is a brick in terms of weight with all the cards in it. It's probably one of the heaviest games I have at that size. It is a small box, but it weighs a ton. But yeah, I love a game. I love this game. And if you can, check it out. It's a big recommendation from me. This has been Pillar Nexus. Thank you for watching. See you next video.